This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Missy Kohler. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. News 25 is also brought to you by Silver State Health, Pahrump's exclusive pediatric care clinic. Call 775-505-1214 for an appointment.
Welcome to News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler. Happy Friday, March 5th.
Well, an Arizona man is under arrest and facing several charges in connection with the fire in northern Nye County.
60-year-old James Conley from Arizona is under arrest and facing a list of charges, the most serious of which includes first-degree arson, grand larceny, reckless driving, and being a wanted fugitive from Arizona. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to a report of a structure fire Thursday evening at a ranch in Round Mountain. Upon arrival, the ranch owner advised officers that a man by the name of James had intentionally set the fire. James was later identified as James Conley. Deputies say while en route to the fire, they noticed a rollover accident that had occurred on a dirt road leaving the ranch. A witness identified the driver as Conley, who had fled the scene on foot. During their investigation, deputies say the ranch owner told them Conley had been living and working at the ranch. The owner explained he had fired Conley earlier Thursday after finding him rummaging through someone else's room. The owner says he told Conley to get his personal belongings, then left to get Conley's final paycheck. He told deputies as he returned, Conley passed him, speeding away from the ranch. That's when the owner says he noticed smoke coming from the ranch house. The owner and a ranch worker were able to extinguish the flames before firefighters arrived. The sheriff's office says evidence at the scene indicates the fire was intentionally set. Deputies also discovered a gas can and tools inside Conley's wrecked vehicle, items the ranch owners said had been stolen from the ranch. Nye County deputies were able to apprehend Conley Friday morning after an alert resident spotted him walking in the area. They say Conley had on a flannel shirt which had been burned on the back. Conley was flown to a Las Vegas hospital for treatment of first-degree burns. The sheriff's office says Conley told deputies he ran from the accident scene because he knew he had a warrant out for his arrest. The sheriff's office says Conley will be booked into the Nye County Detention Center upon his release from the hospital.
The state of Nevada has reached a grim milestone. More than 5,000 residents have now died due to COVID-19. Governor Steve Sisolak says flags will be flown at half-staff to acknowledge the lives of those who have been lost to the disease.
As of today, we have lost more than 5,000 Nevadans to COVID-19. To honor this loss, I have ordered the flags in the state of Nevada to be flown at half-staff at the state capitol and state public buildings to acknowledge the passing of the over 5,000 Nevadans due to COVID-19. This grim milestone represents a significant and historic loss for the state of Nevada. Recently, I was joined by a few local leaders at the Nevada Governor's Mansion to light some candles in honor of those we have lost. The lighting of the candles symbolizes the spirits that will continue to live on and continue to give us hope among the darkness. As we acknowledge the scale of this tragedy that grips our state, I ask Nevadans to keep in your hearts those who have passed away and the families that have been affected by this virus. These are trying times for all of us, but know that there is hope on the horizon. We are carrying out the largest vaccination rollout in our history, and we continue to get shots in the arms of thousands of Nevadans each and every day. And as we vaccinate Nevadans, we must remain vigilant by socially distancing ourselves, wearing a mask, and getting the vaccine when you are eligible. Nevadans are resilient, strong, and truly exemplify the battle-born spirit because amid this tremendous sorrow, we have never given up hope for a better tomorrow. We will rebuild. We will recover.
Well, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies arrested a Pahrump man for a series of alleged crimes originating from a domestic battery call.
On March 2nd at 6:30 p.m., sheriff's deputies were dispatched to a Pahrump address in reference to a domestic battery call. Upon arrival, contact was made with Gordon Hyatt, who, according to the declaration of arrest, was visibly intoxicated. When asked what was going on, Hyatt made a clear statement followed by mumbling. When asked to clarify what he said, he refused. Deputies spoke with witnesses. One stated that there was an argument and he saw Hyatt allegedly point a firearm at his aunt. He stated that his mother stepped in between Hyatt and his aunt to prevent him from pointing a gun at her, and that is when Hyatt pushed her to the countertop. The witness pulled Hyatt away, and Hyatt allegedly attempted to strike him with the firearm. He stated that he feared for his life. After this altercation, Hyatt took the firearm and smashed it on the ground. Another witness stated that Hyatt arrived at her residence and appeared to be intoxicated and began an argument. He allegedly grabbed her by the throat and stepped on her foot. She stated that she was afraid for her life as her airway was obstructed. At that time, Hyatt left to go back to his residence. Another witness said that she came downstairs and Hyatt also allegedly pointed a gun at her. These stories were corroborated by an additional witness who stated that she tried to stop Hyatt from fighting everyone, and that is when he grabbed her arm and threw her to the ground. Deputies made entrance into the residence and secured a shotgun near the kitchen where the victims said it was located. Hyatt was arrested for domestic battery, child abuse or neglect, assault with a deadly weapon, abuse of an older, vulnerable person, and possession of a gun by a prohibited person.
A warning about inflation. That's coming up after the break in your business news brief, so stick around.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. We're happy to have you with us tonight. The Fed warns inflation could be a problem as the economy reopens. Unemployment applications hit 750,000 and factory orders are up. Angela Miles has more.
Topping our news, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell warns inflation could bump up as the economy reopens. That means Americans will spend a little bit more money as businesses get going. However, the Fed chair also says that inflation on prices will be temporary. Powell made the comments at the Wall Street Journal conference. The news sent Treasury yields jumping and stocks sliding, with the NASDAQ slipping into negative territory for the year. Traders fear it could mean a rate hike is on the way, but Powell says the Fed is in no rush to raise rates. The number of Americans applying for unemployment checks recently totaled 750,000. The amount of people receiving benefits right now is around 18 million. Factory orders rose more than expected in January to 2.6%. Economists predicted a rise of 1.2%. Manufacturing accounts for 11.9%.
Thanks, Angela. Well, if you live in Pahrump and plan on doing any building, don't skip the permitting process.
Item number 9 on the February 17th Board of County Commissioners' agenda was a bill proposing to amend Nye County Code Section 15.16.110, which will add penalties to those not getting the required permits when building. The bill states that not doing so will make it unlawful to erect, construct, reconstruct, alter, or change the use of any building or other structure within the territory covered by the building code or zoning regulations without obtaining a building permit from the building official. If you proceed on your project without proper permitting, you are subject to civil or criminal prosecution. You also need to be sure you obtain your permit before you begin work. Not doing so will subject you to paying an inspection fee in addition to the permitting fee, as well as any other applicable enforcement measures. Not sure if your project requires permitting? Better check first. You can do that by contacting the Pahrump Building and Safety Department at 775-751-3773. They are located at 250 Highway 160 No. 3, and they're online at nyecounty.net/322/building department. If you would like to see the changes made to the code, you can find a copy of the bill that was approved by the Board of County Commissioners on the February 17th agenda, item number 9, at nyecounty.net.
Nye County will now be recognized as a blue county in support of all law enforcement. The county has always been supportive. A new resolution just makes it official.
Resolution 2021-5 will be signed by all of the commissioners in support of our law enforcement. Helene Williams stepped forward at a recent Board of County Commissioners meeting in support of the resolution with suggestions for all on showing their support.
I think the resolution speaks specifically for itself. I think that our county is joining many others through our nation to support the Blue. They deserve so much more, and thank you for supporting.
So may I ask, Are you suggesting that we tie little blue ribbons, or we put blue light bulbs in our homes? What would you suggest we do to make us look more blue?
Yeah, that can be the choice of anybody in the community. What my husband and I have done is at our entrance to our gates, we have 2 blue lights, and they're on all night long. They're low voltage. They're not, actually they're solar lights, and you can choose your color. But even a ribbon on your gate or at your front door, just so that when officers are driving through the community during the day or at night, they know that there is support out there for them. It's a simple act. A blue ribbon doesn't take very much, doesn't cost very much, and it means so much from the heart when we do it.
We've got more News 25 coming right up.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by Canyon Ridge Periodontics. Give them a call at 702-966-0302.
Welcome back. Well, if you've gotten a COVID-19 vaccine, you may have noticed some swollen lymph nodes. Believe it or not, that's actually a good sign. Cleveland Clinic's Dr. Laura Dean says it simply means your body is responding to the immunization as it should, and it's not unusual.
We know that lymph node swelling can be a common reaction or side effect to any vaccine, especially the flu vaccine or the shingles vaccine that we've had lots of experience with over the years. And that seems to be especially true following the COVID vaccine. So that's drawn a lot of attention.
Dr. Dean says a small number of patients have reported swollen lymph nodes under the arm 2 to 4 days after vaccination on average. She adds the swelling is almost always on the same side where they were vaccinated and typically returns to normal about 4 weeks later. She says this is a common response to vaccination in general. However, lymph node swelling is sometimes associated with cancer, causing some people to worry. Anytime you find lumps or bumps that are concerning, she recommends talking it through with your health care provider for peace of mind and next steps.
Your doctor may be able to reassure you. They may send you for imaging studies, such as an ultrasound of your lymph nodes up under your arm. And then we can just kind of follow you and make sure that everything is responding as we would expect in a typical vaccine reaction.
If you happen to have a routine mammogram scheduled around the time of your COVID-19 vaccine, Dr. Dean encourages women to see it through. Just let your medical team know you've recently been vaccinated. She says mammograms can be life-saving, and it's important to get the screening when you're due.
If you're looking to adopt a cat, Desert Haven Animal Society has many to choose from. For today's Save a Pet, Darby O'Donnell introduces us to Grayson.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Grayson. Grayson is a gray domestic shorthair. He is very sweet. He's a little scared in the beginning, which is normal. He's going and he's getting used to new smells of the people being around him. He is affectionate. He loves to be pet. He's purring right now. He is a little stiff when I first tried to pick him up, but the staff says that he warmed up very quickly, and I can see that he would too. So if you want to come and see Grayson or any of his friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, please give him a call ahead of time to make an appointment. 775-751-7020, or you can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler on location at Commercial and Loop. That's right, it's the Phoenix Bar. Man, the weather today we are observing from the Phoenix Bar is just gorgeous, putting a song on my heart, which is fortunate because I'll be hosting karaoke here tonight and tomorrow night starting from 7 to midnight. It'll be lots of fun. If you've never partied with your weatherman, here's your chance. Come on out, enjoy ourselves, and we'll have a good time. I'll tell you all about the weather and everything we can expect the next week when we return.
News 25 Weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, and here's your weather report for the weekend. And it's a beautiful Friday. Man, what a beautiful Friday. All up and down the state, checking out Fernley. They're enjoying 68, 70 degrees in Fallon. Mid-state cooled off just a little bit, 64, mid-60s, low 60s. Down to Beatty and Amargosa, Las Vegas. We saw 71, 75 degrees in Las Vegas. Beautiful weather. Out to Death Valley, feeling like summer already. Maybe just a really kind summer. It's just 83 degrees, but that's still pretty good. 54 for a low tonight. And here in the paradise of Pahrump, 72 degrees is our current temperature. 74 was as good as it got today, but that felt all right. South-southwesterly winds to 7 miles per hour. A little bit of humidity, not too much. Give us nice little clouds. Pretty sunrise this morning at 6:08 a.m. And it'll set this evening at 5:43 p.m. Make your plans to visit the back deck and see it go down in the west. Low tonight of 48 degrees. That's not too bad. Boy, my pool might be warming up. East-southeasterly winds to 11 miles per hour. And then check it out tomorrow. 17-mile-per-hour winds are forecasted. And Monday, Tuesday, even more, 19-mile-per-hour winds. Temperature taking a gradual decrease from our 73-degree high on Saturday down to our 54-degree high on Wednesday. But then it'll warm back up. You know, it always does. Little bits of wind, little bits of clouds later next week, but things to look forward to and plan for. Hope that informs your weekend, and I hope it's a great one for you. Make some good choices. Back to the desk, it's Missy, Indiana.
Thanks so much, John, and we can't wait to see you tonight and tomorrow night there at the Phoenix. That's going to be lots of fun. I do want to let people know that there is a motor vehicle accident, a vehicle versus wall down there on Highway 160 at mile marker 27. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue is responding to that scene for mutual aid assignment there in Clark County. The occupants, of course, have self-extricated. We'll let you know more about that on Monday's newscast. There is an event happening here, and that is at the Veterans Administration Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Veterans of all ages now can get their COVID-19 vaccine, and that's going to be happening from 12:30 until 3:30 p.m. You, of course, have to be enrolled as a veterans at the Veterans Administration. To make an appointment for that, 775-727-7535. And, of course, the Veterans Hospital there in North Las Vegas has an event tomorrow for a walk-in veterans clinic. And, of course, they are allowing all ages of veterans once again. And if you want to find out more, you can contact the Veterans Administration. But you can also get that phone number a call here locally, 727-7535.
Fun things happening on Sunday, Feeding Pahrump's Hungry. There will be a benefit over at Sullivan's Pub, and All-Star Real Estate is helping out with this as well. Benefit Ear Candy is going to be playing some music. They'll be there from 8 p.m. until midnight. Sullivan's Pub at 2450 Mesquite Avenue.
And on the Sunday, they are going to be there from 3 until 7 p.m. I believe. Yeah, the music's going to be playing, but they have a Sunday, March 7th, 3 until 7 p.m. You know,
sounds like all day fun.
I know it is. And Air Candy always does that. We've got to let everybody know tomorrow is going to be the auction for Never Forgotten Animal Society there at the Winebridge RV Resort right there on the top of Winery Road. Noon until 3. It's $10 to get in. You have to bring a prize, though. It's going to be lots of fun. That's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.